Hello everybody, this is Bob from Robin Hood Homestead East, and I'm just doing a quick garden update. Tomato plants are getting huge. We've actually got several tomatoes coming along pretty good in here. Been through here, tomatoes all over, a bunch of flowers. More tomatoes. They need to be tied up. We had about 1.5 inches of solid rain yesterday, so they're going to be tied up. Here's some of our peppers that we've got going. Lemon balm. Still not sure what this is. Never put a plant tag in there. My plant identifier says it's cabbage, but I'm not sure. If anybody happens to know, let me know. Yeah, it's don't look to be cabbage though. I don't see mustard greens maybe? I don't know. If anybody happens to know what this is, let me know in the comments. We got getting quite tall. But yeah, kind of baffled. Kerfluffled. Snapdragons are doing pretty good. More tomato plants. My herbs. These guys up here are my pie pumpkins. We decided to trellis them instead of letting them run the yard. And yeah, this is a pretty neat idea. Except for when you get pumpkins 7 feet in the air. That'll be interesting. There's another one. Got plenty of flowers in here. Looks like there's another one back in there. It's hard to tell. Can't get a decent look at it. Back in through here somewhere. There's another one. There it is. That's 2. There's 3. There's that one. We've got another one about 6 feet in the air. There's another one in here. I can't seem to find it. Here it is. Back in through here. There's the other one. That one. This is the rest of our trellised pie pumpkins. Sorry it's so close in here. This kind of got out of control. Here's another one that's about 6.5, 7 feet in the air. We've got a couple more in here. Where did I see the other ones? Looks like there's another one back in through there. I don't want to focus on it. But yeah. Some of these are about 7 feet tall. Then I've got my tomatoes all trellised, which they're getting quite tall. Here's my raised bed. No. Come all the way up about 7 feet, 6.5 to 7 feet. Plenty of flowers all over them. All up in there. There's a bunch of flowers there. A bunch of flowers down here. A bunch of flowers over here. I am getting tomatoes in here, not just flowers. Down here on the end, I've got a couple of nice ones coming in. A couple of nice ones up in there. Got some back in through here. A couple back in through there. A couple back in through here. This one looks to be a mega bloom. This one is going to be interesting to watch. Then I got a nice one started there. But yeah, these tomato plants, there's some more back in through there. Will be easy to spot once they start turning red. But yeah, like I said, they go a good 6 to 7 feet tall. And over here, we've got some beans that are starting to come out. We're getting some little ones up in through here. These guys are doing pretty good. We thinned out a bunch of them. This was getting way too many, so we went along and thinned out a bunch of them here. They kind of look like this over here. I have to thin a bunch of this stuff out. Yeah, this is just a nice little garden update that I wanted to get done this evening before it started storming out again. Over here, my corn seems to be doing quite well. Tomatoes are doing pretty good. Actually got tomatoes in here. We're getting tomatoes out of here as well. Yeah. Our corn is doing quite well. Starting to get the tassels coming out. Yeah, they're up there quite a ways as well. I think next year we're going to turn these 3-bed combination into straight corn and see how it goes from there. More tassels. We've gotten quite a few tomatoes out of here. There's a bunch still in here. These happen to be the ones that we started in the house. So there's a red one down in there. We started in the house back around January or February. Here is some more corn. So far this skeleton crew seems to be keeping the squirrels and the crows away. But yeah, we've got, wow. Yeah, they go up about 6.5 feet. Tomatoes all over. There's a red one back in there. Back down in there. A couple of nice Romas pulling in. There's a couple of nice ones back in there as well. There's one right there. Little ones, little cherries. Lemon balm. Like, for real. Everywhere. Back in through here. Hold on a sec. Somebody needs to get somewhere in a hurry. What do we got in here? Cucumbers, looks like. Cucumbers. Maybe some more cucumbers. These are my hostas. Doing pretty well. Alright, then back up over here. I've got some beans. They're doing pretty well. I'm starting to get beans popping out of them. There's some beans right there. Down here a little further. We're getting some nice sized beans popping out down here. Just a few here and there. We got a bunch more in the back garden bed that I'll be looking at here next. Yeah, that's my front yard garden. I have to trim this shrub so I can get some sunlight back here to the rear garden back in here. Don't seem to be getting enough sunlight. But that's my front yard. My tomatoes. My pie pumpkins. More pie pumpkins. My tomatoes. My dog. And Skelly. Everybody gotta say hi to Skelly. These are some peppers that I planted late. They seem to be doing okay though. I doubt I'll get anything out of them, but then again, we still have about 3 months to go. August, September, October-ish. Hopefully they make it through November. I never put any vanilla on. The mosquitoes are getting to me. Over here is more cucumbers, I do believe. Cucumbers. Yep, little cucumbers. CBD plants. That's the one that I took from out front and I transplanted back here. More African zinnias. I think that's mint. Over here I got a bunch of volunteer trees. The squirrels got to everything back here, so that's kind of where I'm at now. Over here is my 4x8 raised bed. I just picked up another one that will be going down here, pretty much right next to it. Not this year, unless I put it up and fill it and get it ready for next year. But these, a bunch of sunflowers up in here. You can see all of the sunflowers. All my sunflowers are going to start opening here soon. But these are all pollinator plants. These are all wildflowers I mixed in here. Just little wildflowers to attract the bees, butterflies, some hummingbirds. These are cucumbers. There's little baby cucumbers back in here. Little baby cucumbers coming out. More little baby cucumbers. And these are all pollinators that we put in here to act as ground cover and companion plants and pollinators, which seems to have worked pretty well. Little cucumbers, more little cucumbers. I'm gonna have to start stringing them back up into the raised beds again. More cucumbers. There's all over in here. It'll be interesting when they start getting taller and bigger. But yeah, these I'm gonna have to get up in here and start rethreading those back into the raised beds again. There's Steven, my kitty cat, passed away a couple of years back. I put wildflowers on him. He was a good kitty. He deserved the best. Then up over here is our conglomerate of pumpkins. There is a couple of different kinds in here that I know of. There's Atlantic Giants and a couple others. I don't have the packaging in front of me as of yet. But yeah, there's definitely at least 3 different kinds up in here, so it'll be interesting to see what we get out of this batch. We do have little pumpkins forming. There's one back in there. There's a little one right there. All kinds of flowers on them. There's another flower with a pumpkin on it. Yeah, this will be interesting to see what we get out of here. There's another little one. But yeah, this is my Survival Seeds garden update for I believe today is the 28th, July 28th, July 29th, something like that. And I am heading in because I'm getting eaten alive out here. Like I said, I wasn't planning on coming out here that long, but I figured I'd do myself an update and post a video. And yeah, that's what we've got going on so far. Hopefully everything makes it to the end of the growing season. There's my chives. Bleeding hearts are all done. They're about ready to come down. As of now, they're pretty much just taking up space. But anyways, I'm going to call an end to this video, and we'll catch you all later on the lives. Peace out, everybody.